Hi guys, James Train 1234 here. Today we are going to be ranking my top 30 worst characters ever. But before I start, I just want to say if you like any of these characters, I respect your opinion. 30. Abraham Lincoln, from Clone High. Abe is low on the list because I actually like his character and think he's pretty funny throughout the majority of Clone High. However, in the last episode he makes possibly the worst, stupidest decision, most pathetic decision anyone has ever made in history. As a result, I had to put him on the list. Basically throughout the entirety of Clone High he simped for this girl named Cleopatra, but as this was going on, there was a childhood friend named Joan who liked him. When does he choose to go after Joan? When Cleo is naked in front him, ready to have sex. What the actual broken bar, fuck you. You couldn't have done it immediately after, or at least any time before she is naked ready to have sex with you? You simped for Cleo the whole show and this is the first time she is open to you. Joan simped for you the whole show, meaning you could have gone for her the entire time. I'm glad Joan didn't end up with him, as she definitely deserves better. He is the most pathetic character ever. At least he is good in the other episodes. 29. Ning Ping. Ning Ping is the worst character on the Nutshak, and that is definitely saying something. He has the most annoying voice ever, and it is the single most stereotypical Chinese voice I have ever heard in my life. This would be racist enough, but he himself is incredibly racist towards Filipinos, wanting to enslave and kill all of them. Beyond being racist, all he does is say "that's what's up," which gets super annoying. Thank God he got his ass kicked, and his horrible show got cancelled. 28. SCP-049. SCP-049. He claims to be a doctor who is trying to cure people. That claim is more ridiculous than the claim that space isn't real, and the sky around us is a hologram in a planet-encompassing dome. All he does is turn people into zombies that obey him. The only pestilence he is curing is erectile dysfunction. 27. Aubrey. Aubrey is a girl who is mean to everyone. Why? No reason. Everyone is nice to her, but she's mean to everyone. Despite this, she bullies everyone she can and is mean as hell to everyone she can't, and is overall a bad person to be around. I cannot believe Sunny has a crush on her. 26. Melanie. Melanie has a more annoying voice than Ning Ping, which is almost impossible given he is from the Nutshak. What's worse is she's a Mary Sue who always gets what she wants. Also, she can turn into a watermelon. As a result, she stops others from eating it. Why? Watermelon is a good food, and it's not like they're eating her or even would, as she is clearly different. She is so annoying. 25. Diesel. Diesel is always a douchebag to all of Thomas' friends, including James, Gordon, and Henry. Also Duck and Percy. He always pulls schemes to try and get them to be replaced with Diesels, unaware or uncaring that his race sucks and the people he is trying to upscale rule. 24. Psycho. Psycho is the most annoying SMG4 character ever. I cannot believe the fans actually wanted her in the show. What she does is speak Japanese when everyone else speaks English. Now, subbed anime can be good, but that's because everyone speaks Japanese, and it was written by people who are actually from Japan. But Psycho is just a bad version of Toshi from American Dad, who I enjoy. The reason Toshi is good is because he only says quick one-liners that are lost on the other characters. However, Psycho has a lot of dialogue and all the characters understand her, completely missing the point of Toshi and being pointless as well as annoying. I hope she dies in the next arc. 23. DW. This one doesn't need explanation. But what does need explanation is her name. What kinda name is DW? Is it short for something? If so, what name could it even be short for? 22. Enrico Pusai. Even though I'm neutral to JoJo Bizarre's Adventure, I hate this guy. Pusai tried to reset the entire universe, but the exact same with everyone currently alive, knowing what will happen in the future. Essentially, he spoils every living thing in the universe's entire life. Super dick move. 21. George the Steamroller. George wants to replace rails with roads. Now, I don't have a problem with roads as I use them all the time, But why does he want to get rid of Thomas and his friends? They're all useful as well as nice, so there is no reason to have beef with them. Thank God the railways are still a booming part of Sodor's infrastructure. 20. Lord Shane. Lord Shane is the most evil DreamWorks villain ever. He tried to kill the Furious Five, as well as tried to conquer all of China, which would inevitably kill millions more. 19. Uri and Bert. Uri and Bert are even worse than Diesel. They do all the things Diesel does and murder and attempted murder. They tried to kill Stephanie. Thank God they never managed to kill anyone after that. 18. SCP-035. SCP-035 is a gay drama mask. Although I feel like every one of those masks is gay. That's not why he is on the list at all. I just wanted to bring up that headcanon because one else will be able to do that. Does anyone else feel the same? Anyway, the real reason he is on this list, oh my God. He is evil and uses mental manipulation to get people to wear him, even torturing them in the process, so he can posse them. Luckily his host deteriorate over time due to the liquid he produces. However, if the host has any regenerative or poison resistance, it will overrule his substance. I'm glad the Foundation never gave him the opportunity to obtain a permanent host. He's is even worse than SCP-049. 17. Gigando. I can't beat his stage. He sucks so much. Only reason he isn't higher is because his theme song is fucking incredible. 16. Yomiren. Yomiren is the worst character in Komi. Can't communicate. All she does is love Komi-san to a creepy extent. She always is being annoying to the other characters. She's even harmed them on some occasions due her obsession. Can't she see that Komi doesn't want to eat her? That's both literal and figurative, by the way. She actually makes lollipops of herself so she can watch Komi lick them. Thank God Komi is such an unintentional Chad and rejects her so casually every time. 15. Dennis. This guy is perhaps the biggest piece of shit on Sodor. He was too lazy to do the thing he literally exists to do. Instead he made excuses to have Thomas do it, even though it was his day off. I'm glad the only one of his class was in Scrap Turtle. 14. Magola. Magola lied about needing Kirby's help to rebuild his ship. This caused the events of Return to Dreamland, one of the worst games I've ever played. It's just a rip-off of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which you should play instead. He also betrayed and tried to kill Kirby's friends and tried to take over the whole universe. Granted, I don't care about Kirby, but his friends are fine and they all took massive efforts to help Magola for no reason. And my friends live in the universe, so Magola tried to hurt them. Thank God Mogus Law neutered him. 13. Mike the Knight. Mike the Knight is the worst knight ever knighted. Seriously, who even knighted him? Like there needs to be a monarch involved in that. Some real Jean Bedelbo Cassatir monarch tier. He claims to be a knight who does it right, but I have yet to see one instance of him doing it right. So he is a liar, making him unfit to be a knight. 12. Elfilin. Elfilin is so annoying. All he does is make stupid noises all day. Unlike Magola, he can't even do things on his own, and is a complete burden. It's a shame that he survived being fused into Fecto Elfilis. 11. Lady Nagant. Oh my God. She used to be a hero, but she isn't now for whatever reason. This makes her a criminal. She's even working for One for All now. Wow, what an asshole. 10. Thanos. Thanos killed half of the universe for an utterly ridiculous reason, or at the very least a ridiculous way to achieve it. I mean, he had all the Infinity Stones, he could do a lot of things to increase resources or reduce the consumption rate, but he goes straight to killing, which would only cause more starvation and chaos and eventually lead to the same situation. I can't believe Star-Lord was such a dumbass, and caused him to actually win. 9. Diesel 10. Diesel 10 is the worst Thomas character ever. He tried to kill Thomas, Lady, Burnett Stone, and Mr. Conductor, who is portrayed by Alec Baldwin, my personal favorite narrator. This would get rid of all the magic in the world. And who the hell doesn't like magic? He's also just kind of a dick in general, just like Diesel. Thank God he fell into the sludge boat at the end of the film. It's a shame, however, he fell at a nice time of the year for a cruise. 8. Spampton G. Spampton. He is always scamming Chris and his friends for no reason. If that wasn't bad enough, he manipulates Noel into freezing the cyber world in the Snowgrave route. I'm glad he never breaks free from the strings. 7. Cocomelon. Cocomelon is the worst YouTuber ever. All they do is make content for babies. It's so annoying. I'm glad they didn't have this when I was growing up. 6. Ricky, Bubbles and Julian. Oh my fucking god. These guys are the biggest douchebags on the planet. All they do is steal from others and smoke weed in quantities that have literally put Snoop Dogg to shame. Are you freaking kidding me? Weed is so bad for you. Yet they do it every day. This would be bad enough, but they steal so much. They have even made some clever loopholes in order to not get arrested. Worst of all though is their actions often put others in harm's way. Though in fairness most of the people they harm partake in similar actions, but some of them, like Jacob, do not and are only trying to make an honest career out of themselves. There are also morons who have no idea how much money is worth. They actually think they can retire with $5,000. Thank God their grand schemes usually fail in the end and they end up going to jail. 5. Yagoo. He invented VTubers. Enough said. 4. Kirby. He is so pathetic. He eats sand. He wants to be like the Mario Brothers. But he's just a sorry bro. I did a whole rant about how horrible his games are. 3. Slenderman. Slenderman does terrible actions to preferably children. He stalks them for months, until their sanity depletes, before killing them for an unknown reason. But more importantly than that, he's just scary. He terrorized my friends for years by how creepy he is. One of my friends even tried to commit suicide and almost kiss. Thankfully he is much better now and he got 3p more. 2. Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin is the worst father ever. He's always abusing his kids for no reason, because it's supposed to make us laugh. He's also friends with a sexual predator and potential pedophile, meaning he supports those actions. Hell, he was even involved in the Oklahoma City bombing, making him a terrorist. But that isn't too bad. The reason he is on the list is because he is absolutely racist. He sang a song with the words "I hate N-word, I hate N-word, I hate N-word, I hate N-word." Wow, that is horrible. I am sorry you had to hear that. But I could forgive all of it, if he wasn't just to rip off Homer Simpson. 1. Trevor. He knows what he did.